Good morning, and today we are going to read Hugly Goes to School. There we go. So today we studied about how Jesus ascended to heaven, or he went up into heaven, and he is waiting for us. And so I thought it would be fun to read the story about when Hugly goes to school. It is written by Ted Arnold. Hugly was about to climb up and play in the people's child bedroom when Booter and Grumble found him. "Hi, Hugly," said Booter. "Come play hide and seek with us." "Okay," said Hugly. "Hey, Grumble, it's your turn to hide." "Yeah," said Grumble. "And guess what, Booter? You never win hide and seek." I'll put the picture up. It's not a very big book, so I'll put the picture up so you can see. "Until now," said Booter. "Ready?" She turned and covered her eyes. 1, 2, 3. Hugly and Grumble scrambled away, zigzagging through a maze of caverns. Suddenly, Hugly stopped at a dark hole. "This looks good. It's big enough for me, too," said Grumble. They climbed in and discovered a tunnel and dusty wooden steps. There was a hatch in the ceiling, and they knew that hatches always opened up under people's beds. "Let's take a look," said Hugly. You see? They climbed up and peeked out from under the bed. "What kind of place is this?" Hugly asked. They saw strange furniture and several doors. "Maybe they have slime pits here," said Grumble. "Want to explore?" "I do if you do," said Hugly. Hugly opened a big jar of puffy white balls. Grumble found a clanky contraption. They both found boxes with sticky things. Where do you think they are? Hugly opened one of the doors and cautiously stepped out into a long, empty tunnel. Suddenly, a bell rang overhead. Doors banged open somewhere, and they heard lots of people coming. "We set off an alarm. We're going to get caught," thought Hugly. "Let's get back under the bed," he cried. Just then, a big people person came through another door near the bed. "Oh no, we can't go that way," whispered Hugly. They hurried along the tunnel looking for a hiding place. At that moment, a huge crowd of people children came around a corner. Hugly and Grumble ducked into a dim opening in the side of the tunnel. "Phew, that was close," Grumble whispered. "Hey, look at all this stuff," said Hugly. Hanging around them were things that people children wear. "We could disguise ourselves until we can get back under that bed." Hugly and Grumble weren't sure how to wear everything, but they did their best. Gradually, the big tunnel grew quiet as the crowds of people children disappeared through different doorways. "All clear," said Hugly. "Let's go." They tiptoed back toward the room with the bed. Before they reached the door, a loud voice boomed from behind the children. "There you are!" Hugly and Grumble froze in their tracks. "Yikes," thought Hugly. "Now we're caught for sure." "I am Principal Parley," a big people person said. "I was expecting two new students tomorrow, but here you are today. Wasn't your mother bringing you?" Hugly and Grumble were scared speechless. "Oh, never mind. Let's go meet your teacher." Principal Parley led Hugly and Grumble to a noisy room. "Have a nice day and do your best," she said, and left them with the teacher person named Mrs. Coburn. "Look, boys and girls," said Mrs. Coburn, "our two new students are here just in time for math. Today we'll practice counting to 10. Everyone counted on their fingers. Hugly and Grumble never made it to 10. "Okay, class," Mrs. Coburn announced, "gather around for story time." The story was exciting, but Hugly and Grumble were the only ones who cheered when the cave monster flattened a village. Wonder why they couldn't count to 10. Next, it was time for art. Mrs. Coburn passed out paper and asked everyone to draw pictures of their mothers. All day long, Hugly and Grumble had so much fun they completely lost track of time. They sure are doing things differently, aren't they? Finally, on their way back from the library, Hugly said, "School is great, but maybe we should think about getting back home now." "Good idea," said Grumble. They slipped past the classroom door and hurried down the big tunnel. "Ah, there you are again." It was Principal Parley right behind them. "I was correct. Your mother was supposed to bring you, and finally here she is. I thought I brought her to see your classroom." Hugly and Grumble were too afraid to move. A people mother would know they were not real children. "Oh no," thought Hugly. "Now we're really caught for sure." Slowly they turned around to face her. "Hello, children," Booter said in a high voice. "The school day is nearly over. Why don't I just take you home now?" "Fine idea," said Principal Parley, waving goodbye. "See you tomorrow, bright and early." Booter, Hugly, and Grumble hurried toward the room with the bed, but Principal Parley's voice stopped them again. "You must be confused. The school's front door is right down the hall." "My mistake," Booter mumbled uncertainly. She led Hugly and Grumble outside. Look, it was their friend who was playing hide and seek with them that turned out to be their mom. They stood on the steps of the school and looked around. "How do we get home without a bed?" asked Grumble. "I have no idea," said Booter. "It took all my brain power just to find you two. Now we're in real trouble." Suddenly, a bell rang. The doors behind them burst open, and hundreds of children poured out of the school. "I have an idea," said Hugly, pointing into the crowd. "I recognize that people child. I've played in his bedroom before. Let's just follow him home and climb under his bed." And they did. Look at the feet under the bed. Safely back in their own world again, Booter said, "Guess what?" "What?" said Grumble and Hugly. "I won hide and seek," she announced as she ran down the tunnel, laughing all the way. So this was our last story for our lessons that I've done. Next week, we're hoping to start something a little bit different. We probably still won't be in Sunday school yet, but be looking for information about how we're going to do our own Sunday school lesson online. Have a great day.